as we get started. All right. So, welcome, guys. Welcome to Convert with Confidence. This is the group for holistic healers and hypnotists who know they have an incredible gift or talent deep down and want to learn and how to market and how to scale your business to six figures and beyond with confidence, clarity, and conviction. So, if you're a holistic healer or you're a hypnotist and you're asking how in the world do I get my business to six figures and beyond, you are in the right place. So first of all, before I go forward, would you all first let me know, can you guys hear me and see me okay? So go ahead, drop in the comments. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me okay. Just give me a yes in the comments. Let me know who's here today. Who do we have here on the line? Drop your name. Drop where you're from. Drop what you do. Are you hey, Royce, awesome to see you. Awesome to talk to you again, right? Like we haven't spoken in a while. Drop who else is here on the line. Just go ahead, drop into the chats. And also let me know if you guys can hear me. You guys can see me okay? I don't want to run all the way through this and I'm on mute or anything with my mic. So you guys good? Good to go as we get going here? And then I'll jump right in. So I know we have a lot of new faces in the group. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Drop a yes in the comments or give me a thumbs up. Which one is it? And I'm just gonna let people in here as we go. Awesome, so you guys can hear me? Good, awesome. Royce, hypnotist here on the line. Who else do we have here? What do you guys do? I wanna know all of the gifts here that are all in this group, what you specialize in. So welcome to Convert with Confidence, the group for holistic healers and hypnotists who have you have a gift. You have a talent that 99% of the world does not know about. Hi, Mia. Awesome to have you here on the line again. And Maria. Can't, too much coffee today. It's way too much coffee. I'm feeling it in my body. So, this is the group for holistic healers who are wondering how to scale their business so that you can turn it into a full-time business. You know, I spent the first 5 or 6 years of my hypnosis business, of my practice, wondering how the heck to do this. So, Gandalf the White. I love it. So, awesome to have you guys here on the line as you guys pop in. Who's here as we go on. Introduce yourselves. Let's get to know each other and let's bring the excitement, right? It's like this is all good stuff, good juicy stuff. So today we're going to talk about the difference between selling with authentic and true and natural confidence versus what people typically do, which is going to be like a performance, right? I know for the longest time, before I got on a sales or enrollment call, I felt like I had to do you guys ever feel this way? Like before you go to like a networking event or before you mingle with potential customers, whether on Zoom or in person, you feel like you gotta put on a show. You gotta turn on. I've heard this phrase. I gotta turn on. I have to be something else. I have to be charming. I have to impress people, And it's this type of energy, we're going to talk energy here a little bit, is exactly what repels clients and customers, especially high-paying clients and customers. Because don't get me wrong, when you start putting yourself out there, people are going to come to you. And in fact, the first few years of my business, I was working with clients. I had more than enough clients. I had 20 clients a week that I was seeing, and I was still struggling paycheck to paycheck. And they weren't really the quality clients I was looking for. A lot of them struggled to pay me. I had clients ghosting or no shows or forgetting and all kinds of stuff. And this wasn't everybody. However, it was kind of the gamut. So how many of you here, first of all, how many of you are practicing healers or hypnotists of some sort? Go ahead, drop it in the comments. Put me in the comments. If you are already practicing, you're seeing clients and customers, Maybe you want to take your business to the next level, but you just don't really know how. Like there's so many avenues you can take to build up an online business, and it's just plastered in front of us every single day, and we don't know the direction to take. So how many of you have customers and clients right now? Go ahead and put me in the chat below just to see where you all are in your practice. And let's first talk about how do you know if you're faking? Because oftentimes this is happening on a subconscious level. You all are healers. You know what I'm talking about, right? This is happening on a level and you don't even know it. It's like you won't even know until after you've come out of it, right? You'll be like, oh crap, like why did I say that? Or why did I do that? Or why did I cave in on my prices, right? It usually we'll recognize it after we've come out of a trance, right? This is kind of a trance that we go into when we get on a sales conversation. And there's nothing wrong with a trance on a sales conversation. It's just if you end up doing the same thing over and over again, such as caving in on your prices, then that's really not a resourceful trance. It's really not a resourceful strategy, right? So you have to break that pattern and create a new one, right? So here's why faking doesn't work. Here's why this must be adjusted, and here's how faking confidence and faking like being good enough, like if you have like imposter syndrome and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend my way through it, right? Like I'm just gonna fake it till I make it. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like I swear one of my biggest pet peeves is fake it till you make it, because you can be like, let's talk public speaking here for a minute. You can practice speaking your whole life and never get more confident at it. You can practice public speaking or speaking on camera for years and years and still not feel more comfortable doing it. Now, you can, I'm not saying it's impossible, but there are people out there who do this for years on end and never actually get more comfortable at it. And I got curious as to what the difference was between those who actually get more comfortable, how they actually change their response to getting on camera or getting out on a stage or getting on a sales or enrollment conversation. And I really dug deep to fill those gaps and how can I appear and be in alignment. Like we want to be in alignment with who we actually are when we are on a sales call, when we're doing a live stream like this, when we're putting out an email, all of the time. I used to compartmentalize and say things like, okay, well, I just need to be in alignment when I'm talking to a client. I just need to be in alignment when I'm doing a sales call. No, you want to practice being in this place all the time. But at first, the first thing you have to do is be able to access it, right? And that's where people get stuck, is they think accessing, the way to access true and natural confidence is by faking it. And faking it, here's why faking it doesn't work. Okay, I tried this too. I went down the fake it till you make a route. Let me act like I'm worth, what I'm charging. Let me act like it. Let me pretend. It doesn't work. This is actually something that needs to be resolved on a more of a frequency, a more of a subconscious, a more on an energetic level. So when you show up, whether it's on a live stream or you're typing out an email, you're typing out an email to your list or to your customers, people can feel it through your messaging when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're upset, when you're angry. And the more in touch with their bodies they are, the more they will feel it. And I've talked about this in the past, and this is a phenomenal thing to go out and practice. You can actually go practice and see what I mean. Go out into the world, go out into the supermarket or the gym or someplace where there's people. And I want you to put all of your attention and focus and energy on a person who's not even looking at you. They could be like 30 feet away from you. It doesn't matter. And just really focus on them and look at them, like take it all in. And depending on how present they are, they may start to look around and be like something, you've probably been that person. Like, is somebody watching me? Like, and suddenly you turn around. I practice this just for fun, just to test it out, and it works every time. Whenever I put my attention on focus on someone, they can feel it. Okay, and there's no difference between a person who's in California and someone who's in Maine. Like, it doesn't matter how much space is in between you. People can gauge your energy and gauge how you're feeling in the moment when they're reading your email or reading your broadcast or watching your live streams or whatever, especially on sales calls. So people can fake it. I'm sorry, people can feel it when you're faking it. And it turns into this battle of like this game of cat and mouse. You know what I'm talking about? Like, enrolling clients and customers is no different than dating. It's the same as dating. So what happens is like when you get on a call and you're already anxious, their amygdala will pick that up, right? And they'll go into fight or flight. Your customer will be like, well, something's off. I don't know what it is. They may not be able to track it, but they're going to be like, yeah, no, thank you. Now's not the time. Or they may just bolt. They may not pick up depending on where your energy is and theirs. But it's just not going to, it's not going to turn into a sale. And I struggled with this for so many years in my business. It's like, let me just try to like do state control. Like, let me do state control. You guys know what I'm talking about? How many of you here have heard of state control? Especially if you're a hypnotist, you've probably heard of state control. And while state control can be helpful, if you have to, if doing state control for you means you're not congruent, then it doesn't matter. People are still going to feel it, because anxiety is what fills the gap when you're faking. Anxiety is what fills the gap when you're faking. Because when you're faking, that means there's resistance somewhere. You're resisting something. And anytime you're resisting something, there's going to be anxiety. Do you guys see what I mean? How many of you are currently doing and enrolling clients and customers? Like, are you guys out there doing sales conversations? Drop the word sales in the chat if you're actually out there, like you're doing the thing, you're talking to clients and customers, and maybe you're wondering like why are some people like all on board and some people like run away, right? So drop the word sales if you are actively going out there. Maybe you're pumping ads, maybe you're prospecting through Facebook or other social media, and that just lets me know where you guys are in your business. And here's what I learned from trying to go down the fake it till you make it route, was that no amount of faking is ever going to make me confident, because it implies, right? If you're faking, you're not, right? If you're faking, you're not confident. Okay. And here's also how faking confidence was shooting me in the foot. And maybe this is going to resonate with you. Was when you're showing up fake in your business, again, it doesn't matter where. You could be typing out an email and pretending to be happy or energetic. People can feel it. Or maybe you're on a live stream and you're tired and stressed. One thing I tell my clients and customers is to never, ever, like, set a boundary. Never, ever do a live stream. Never, ever send an email to a business related when you're feeling this way, when you're stressed out. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Postpone it. Take a walk. Go do some work on yourself. Go listen to some music. Go work out. Don't ever put yourself out there in business when you're stressed, because again, people can pick that up and they're just gonna back away from you. And again, they may not know why. They're just gonna go into fight or flight. Their subconscious is gonna pick up something's out of alignment, right? Okay. So when you're coming off fake, you attract fake. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? When you come off fake, when you are not in alignment, right? You're not coming off in alignment with how you're really feeling and your true attitude, then you will attract fake. You will attract people pleasers. You will attract narcissists. You will attract low quality. You'll attract people who ghost you. You'll attract people who reschedule or just don't no shows, right? Or people who can't afford you. This is the type of energy that you will attract if you're faking and pretending. You will attract others who are also faking and pretending. What are you guys hearing me say? This, if you don't know this, if this is something you haven't learned in your business yet, this should be like a mind-blowing moment for you. If you're attracting just low quality clients, if you're attracting low quality, if you're getting on a call with low quality clients, that's also an issue, right? Like, why are you getting on the call with people who are low quality, who are not a good fit? Yeah, Royce, yeah. What else for those of you guys who else is on the line here? What are you guys hearing me say? This is going to make or break how you're able to scale your business. You'll never be able to scale your business with low quality clients who struggle to pay you. It's just not going to happen, because now it's like the cat and mouse game. It's like you're trying to like pull teeth to get clients that pay you. You're on the get client hamster wheel, which I quote Lonnie Dickinson is a coach out there. The get client hamster wheel. I remember those days. It's exhausting, and I was not having fun in my business as a hypnotist at that point, when it was like, where's the next customer? Where's the next client? When's the next payment? Boom, boom, boom. And it was all because I was reserving my time and energy and my attention for low quality clients, which doesn't happen anymore. Like there's no space for that anymore. Okay? So when you come off fake, you attract fake. And it's your sales and enrollment conversations turn into like a game of chess. It turns into like a game. In fact, I remember when I used to have these conversations, and when you're trying to impress, people can pick that up, and then they'll think it's a game of you impressing them. Do you see this? Like every move you make, everything you say, every action you take has a reaction. So if you're trying to impress, you're sub-communicating to your client that they need to be impressed, that it's a game. It's a game of like, you having to earn me now. And do you want to be in that place where like you have to earn them? You have to earn them. You have to earn their money. You have to earn their time and their energy and their respect. You do not want to create that dynamic. So you want to flip that around, okay? So you attract, if you come off with fake confidence, you'll attract people who are doing the same. It'll turn into a game. You'll attract narcissists and people pleasers, which are a form of narcissists, and people who just don't show up, who don't take you seriously, they're not committed. They're just not committed. How many of you here are working with clients who are just not committed? Drop me in the comments. If you're like, I have clients and they're just, I know there's better out there for me. There's just better out there, and I just don't know how to get their attention. I don't know how to get them to see me and to also convert a phone call into a $10,000 program sale. Right? I just don't know how to convert like one phone call into a high ticket or premium sale. Drop me in the comments if you're you have customers, but you really want to upgrade now to higher quality, higher paying, but not just for more money, but because you take the work seriously yourself, and you want to work with people who take the journey and the work just as seriously as you do. Because that was probably the biggest reason I switched over to selling premium, was because I was attracting clients who were not taking the work as seriously as I was. You guys know what I'm talking about. Do you have clients who are not taking the work as seriously? Maybe they don't take you seriously. Maybe, again, they're treating it like a game. While you're showing up, while you're there, they're showing up late, they're rescheduling, they're not committed. $10,000. Yep. Exactly. One package. That could be one client. You know. Thanks for sharing, Royce. And for those of you who are on here, share your goals. Like, What does the next level in your business look like for you? How much are you making per month in the next level of your business? Go ahead, drop it in the comments. Let's start sharing some goals here. What's the next level for you? Maybe it's just 5K. Maybe it's 10K a month. Maybe it's 20K a month. Maybe it's 30K a month, right? Drop it in the comments. Let's share some goals here. Let's get some energy going. Let's get some excitement going. Cuz guess what? As a holistic healer or a hypnotist, you can scale your business to six figures and beyond, multiple six figures. You can. It just takes the right strategy. But even more importantly, it takes you showing up like a 6 or 7 figure hypnotist or healer. You have to show up like one. And those are some gaps that I work with my clients on so that you're congruent. Okay? So how do we access true and natural confidence? Like what is this? Like maybe you feel anxious on sales calls, you feel anxious with clients, you feel anxious just running your business. Like you're anxious to reach out to people, you don't feel good enough promoting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, speaking on camera, you're worried about backlash and judgment and all that kind of stuff. How many of you are here worried about judgment? Drop the word judgment in the chat if you're wanting to put yourself out there, but you've got like, there's a lot of resistance getting on camera and speaking your mind, right? Drop judgment in the comments if you want to put yourself out there, but you're like, oh, I don't know how to get over this. Like there's just so much fear and anxiety. What are people gonna think? What is my family gonna think? What are my friends gonna think? Right? I think we're all familiar with this. So how can you start to show up congruence? Because that's really true confidence. If you want to magnetically bring in like healthy clients, we're talking healthy people who are not going to play games, who are going to show up, who know what they want, who are fast action takers, who high ticket buyers, right? High ticket buyers shop differently than, people who are calling you from your hypnosis website or your healing website and they just want to book a session with you. Those are two different people, right? Like I had 2 weeks ago, I had someone reach out to me through Facebook Messenger and they said, oh, I would love to run my own business. How much is it per session? This is not the right frequency for me because there is, first of all, think about it logically. You can't start and run a successful business in one session. It's not going to happen. And also what's being implied is I'm not willing to invest more than one session, right? So, politely ask her to exit and try a different resource or come back when you're ready to actually follow through on a committed plan. Okay? So first things first is you got to be willing to say no to those clients or customers who are not in alignment with you. And already, I know people are going to watch this and be like, this is so scary. It is scary to say no. It's scary to turn people away just because you need a paycheck, just because you need to pay your bills. And I'm telling you, that was the mindset that was keeping me stuck. That was the mindset that was keeping my schedule full of people who were really not a good fit for me and was keeping me like around like 5K months. Like 5K a month is not going to pay my bills, right? And 5K a month isn't enough for me to get motivated either. You see what I mean? So true and natural confidence, one of the biggest differences between fake confidence and true confidence is that it's calm. It's grounded. It's relaxed. In fact, what I recommend to each and every one of you, and this, what I used to do in the past is I would be running all over the place and I would just sit down, get on the call. Sit down, get on the call. I didn't even prepare myself for it. So what I recommend for you guys is 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes before you get on any sales or enrollment conversation. And just like relax, like sit down, shake everything out. slow down your breathing. You guys are healers. You guys are hypnotists. You know, hopefully you know how to kind of reset yourself. And if you don't, then we get to work on that together. To reset yourself, relax, and get yourself calm. Because true confidence doesn't have to plan in the future or live in guilt and shame about the past. It's present. It's like open. It's curious, right? It's not what is that? What are they going to say? Or what if I say my price and this happens? What if, or should I raise my rate? Like, do not go over all of this stuff when you're on the call. Your mind will go off into fear when you're on these sales and enrollment conversations, right? That's where you want to shut up, shut up that part of you and get back to listening to see if it's even like, are you even going to offer this client to work with you? How do you know it's even a good fit? Right? Oftentimes we worry about our price before we even get on the sales call itself. Have you guys ever been there? Drop price in the comments. If you worry about saying your price even before this call even starts, maybe it's like the morning of or 10 minutes before, you don't even know if they're a good fit yet. You don't even know if you're going to talk about numbers at all. You see that? So that's one way we block ourselves from actually converting high ticket customers, is we get all worried and tied up in the numbers before we even know if they're a good fit. And how do you know if they're a good fit? You have a good qualifying process that's dialed in, or boundaries, right? Kind of like boundaries. And you're present and you're paying attention. And you're not faking either. You're not like, oh yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, that sounds awesome, when it doesn't. Right? It's almost like bait and switch. If you're getting customers that bait and switch you, are you baiting and switching as well? You see that? Even I have been guilty of this in the past, of baiting and switching. Not in very obvious ways. It may have been very subtle. But I had to really pay attention to, am I confusing people out of fear? Am I intentionally confusing people just so that they sign on? And those are people you do not want to work with. If you feel like you have to trick them, you have to manipulate them, you have to sell them on your product or service, you're better off passing, because there's a reason that you're trying to come up and manipulate them. Do you want clients and customers you have to keep, right, like manipulating? It's exhausting. You know, I got so good with sales conversations, I was closing the wrong people. Like, it's like I could close almost anybody who had money. And I realized this is not what I want anymore. Not only was it keeping me struggling with low quality clients, I was not enjoying the process. I was taking on more responsibility than was mine. And so I had to go in and start saying no, and just like filter those people out, because they will drain you and you will drain yourself. Okay? So are you manipulating? How do I sell this person? How do I get them to like me? How do I get them to like what I have? These are questions are going to keep you, first of all, in the place of chasing. And you're going to get people who are going to, it's like you're going to get people who are going to think it's a game. And is it a game for you, right? This is your life. This is your business. Is it a game for you? And if not, don't treat it like one. And this is what I had to realize. Like, this is, excuse my language, guys. I hope you're okay with me being raw here. Are you guys okay with me being raw here? Drop raw in the comments if you guys are totally okay with me just getting raw with you guys and speaking my mind. Just drop raw. I'm not here. I don't want to offend anybody. Are you guys okay with me being raw? Because I am going to get really real here in just a minute. You guys good with this? Drop it in the comments if you guys are okay with this. Yes, no? Drop yes if you're ready. If you're okay with me just getting really raw with you guys. Or no, like I'd rather have my head in the sand. And if you want your head in the sand, you're not going to like it here. So, you know, I'm here because I realized, yeah, Royce, if you got a split, yeah, the replay will be sitting on this page. You can catch it later. And also this will go up on my YouTube page as well as they do every week. Convert with Confidence. You'll find it on YouTube. So Royce, awesome seeing you here. And yeah, I'll catch you in the group. So look, guys, here's what I had to realize. To scale my business close to the end of this year, probably close to 200. Even beyond six figures, even before I hit the 100,000 mark, I realized this was my fucking life. This was my fucking purpose. And that if I didn't go after this, I was gonna be at the end of my life with, oh my God, how much fucking time did I waste with the wrong people? You know what I'm saying? How much fucking time did I spend playing games, trying to impress people, trying to sell people, trying to get people to like me? All of these bullshit games. They're bullshit. And when you put out bullshit, you attract bullshit. And you attract game players. It's no different than dating. This is why part of the reasons why I built this business was that I have, as a hypnotist trying to scale my business, I had strategy after coaching program, after coaching program, after strategy, after funnel, after sales script, and nothing was working. Nothing was working. And it wasn't until I stopped with all the strategy, I stopped buying strategy, I stopped with all the coaching, and here's how to generate leads. And yeah, Royce, awesome. Yeah, have a kick butt day as well. Go out there, keep rocking it. I had to really get serious about what the hell was going on, because I had spent, at this point, I've probably spent close to six figures on coaching and mentorship. I've spent close to $50,000 on coaching and mentorship just in the past 6 months alone. And I'm not even exaggerating. I've spent a lot of money on strategy, but people were not converting. And this was why. I was converting the wrong people. People who were not a good fit. People who were draining. People who were playing games. And I had to turn all that shit off myself and show up like I mean business. For me, a great affirmation was like, look, I mean business. Because your life is business. Your life is a business. You should be operating your life as a business. You're the CEO of your own life. And whether you exit from this life fulfilled or not is on you. And you should never allow your customers and clients to determine that for you and wait for them to give you the thumbs up to increase your prices. Okay? I had to set boundaries, and that's what this is about. And chances are, if you're struggling, if everything I'm saying here is resonating with you in your business, you're probably struggling with this in your personal life as well. Is that fair to say? Drop personal in the comments if you're seeing how your business relationships are reflecting your personal relationships. Drop that word below. Personal. Drop personal below. If you're seeing how I'm people pleasing at home, and so I feel like I have to impress and seek validation and all this nonsense in my business, and you are going to churn and wipe yourself out. The churn and burn, what do you call it? Conveyor belt of low quality clients. I remember those days, and I had to make a decision that we're not doing this anymore. Okay, so. Let's get back on track here, okay? So true and natural confidence is relaxed. It's present. It's able to interact in real time. Because you're not like, what do I do with this? Or what happens if that? Or you're not focused on the past with should I do this because I didn't do that in the past? You're not guilting yourself, right? You don't have anything to hide. When you show up, you have nothing to hide. If you're showing up with shit to hide, then you got stuff to work out. If you got stuff to hide, you got stuff to work out. At this point, when you're working with other people, you should have nothing to hide. And if you feel like you got to hide a part of yourself, then you got to work on that part of you. that maybe you're feeling ashamed about or guilty about. It's time to work that out. You don't want to show up half of you approve of half of you, and the other half you don't. Because again, people will feel you not in alignment. Okay? So you have nothing to hide when you're truly confident. True confidence is independent of its environment, meaning, a siren goes on outside your window and you just observe it. You don't get charged up by it. You don't go into freaking out about it. You just observe it. It's there. Okay. See that? You're more in an observation mode of your environment versus letting your environment trigger you. You're operating from what is called a locus of control, and the locus of control is inside of you versus outside of you. You're deciding how you're going to show up versus letting your environment decide for you. That's true and natural confidence. It took me 15 or more years to figure out how to do this, guys. It took me probably just over 15 years to learn how to shift that locus back inside of myself. And I've done it, and I'm excited to say I've done it. If you need help learning how to do this, this is what I do. This is what I coach my holistic healers on, is to shift that locus of control back inside of you. So you're not like, oh, what are they going to think? What if they don't like it? Should I do that? You're walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells doesn't sell. Being nice doesn't sell. People don't respect nice people. Okay, that's something my coach said. Being nice doesn't make you money. Being nice doesn't make you money. You hear what I'm saying? Being nice will make money from other people who play that game, right? You'll get that if you want those people. Yeah, James, I love it. Nothing to hide. Good. Nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. You are proud of who you are. Every piece of you, even the shit that's dark, you're proud of, because it's brought you here to be a healer, to be a leader, to be a guide, to be someone of service to others. You have nothing to be ashamed of. But it's going to take a lot more than me just telling you that, right? So as I've mentioned, true and natural confidence that's congruent is present. You're interacting in the moment, like I'm doing right now, right? I'm interacting with the comments, right? I'm seeing who's here, what's going on. I'm not like, oh no, what if you don't like me, right? That's going to repel people. And it just takes some practice, okay? And finally, this was the last piece, is that true and natural confidence is in the flow. Oftentimes when clients come to me, they're like, I'm in the flow. I want to be in the flow. How do I get in the flow where I'm just present? I'm interacting. I'm paying attention to what people are saying instead of being inside of my own head. I'm in my body instead, right? Okay. We are coming up on I don't know how long we've been going for, but as we wrap up here, what resonated with you guys the most? Like, drop it in the comments. Like, what was the aha moment for you? Drop it in the chat. And where do you need to shift to become more congruent and to show up as like a true 100% authentic you, independent on what your environment thinks and says? Because it is possible. It is possible. And it is a battle you can win. And if you need help winning that battle, this is what I do, is help healers, holistic healers, and hypnotists really get into the right state to make a powerful impact so that you have your customers and clients' attention. You got to get their attention. You're not going to get their attention being nice, walking on eggshells, tiptoeing around. Nobody's going to pay attention to you. Okay? So guys, drop your insights in the chats. If you got value out of this video, drop value in the comments. If you need more help with shifting your locus of control around, because you're like, that's it. I'm increasing my prices. I'm going out there. I'm saying no now. If you need help doing that, drop the word help in the chat. If you would like me to reach out to you and talk about and see if we can get you going, because like I said, this is what I help people with. Happy to do that for you if you're in this place, okay? But pay attention and go back, rewatch all of this, guys. Because again, it doesn't matter how many sales and funnels and this and scripts you have. If you're not authentic, You will not convert people who will pay you high ticket. Okay? So awesome to see you guys here. James, awesome seeing you here. I know Royce has jumped off. Mia, I know Maria's here as always. Love it. Love the commitment. And I hope you guys are taking some value away. If you got value, drop value below. Drop the insights you're learning. If you need help with this, if you're ready to like really shift into like a powerful place to attract your tribe, drop help in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the group. Okay? Catch you guys in the group.